What's up, guys? Episode 29 today of Road to a 200-pound overhead press. Okay, after I warmed up with the bar 95 pounds and 115, here's my first working set with 140 pounds. Only did 2 reps there, but upping the weight to push my body to get a heavier stimulus. Here's my second working set with 135 pounds. Okay, the form fell apart at the end a little bit, but there I did 4 reps with 135. Next, I did this kind of pause rep full range of motion set. Because the problem is on my heavier sets, I'm not really going a full range of motion, which I know is a bad thing, but I also know I need to get heavier reps in. So here I'm kind of trying to do a pause at the bottom, but I'm not very good at it. This was pretty bad set. I only did 3 reps here. But these reps will pay dividend, all these pause reps I do. Okay, so that was all I recorded. The other thing I recorded was my weighted chin-ups, but those are on my episode 2 of Road to a 100-pound chin-ups, if you want to check out that video also. Okay, so then the day after, that day I did a leg workout, but then after I did my squats, I just worked up to a heavy single with barbell flat bench press. Okay, I'm not very good at bench, obviously, because I never do it, but that was 165. I also am like really not training my chest very hard because the gym I'm at doesn't have a pec deck, and I hate doing cable flies, and as you guys know, I removed incline dumbbell bench, so basically all my chest stimulus is basically just from dips. And then I need to get stronger on weighted dips also, but here I try to do a heavy single with 185. Brutally failed it. It's pretty bad. But I'm kind of just doing bench press right now just for fun because like the reason I'm not doing like actual reps and sets is because I know that'll add a bunch of fatigue, because bench press is a pretty big compound exercises that can give you a lot of CNS fatigue. So I'm kind of just doing it for fun, just to get a little bit of strength gains, but not really fatigue myself a ton. I do think it does fatigue me less for my overhead press and my dips than incline dumbbell bench did. I feel like that was why I removed incline dumbbell bench, because it was just, I know my body and I know how it feels, and it was just fatiguing me too much. But incline dumbbell bench, it's a great exercise, but just too fatiguing for my personal goals. And then here I'm just going to talk more over some random footage after my leg lift. You're just going to see these random rotation things and me messing around with this light bar, and then did some bag work. I think I've talked about this before, but I need to just keep staying consistent and then keep building up all my lifts on all my exercises. And I'm going to try to keep to this structure of 3 sets of overhead press, starting with the heavy top set and then going down to a lighter weight and then pause reps on the 3rd set. So 140, then 135, then 120, and then the 120s pause reps. And then I think I'm just doing this, working up to a heavy single bench thing. I'm only doing this once a week. I'm not doing this twice a week. And then the other thing I'm doing, but it's more for my chin-ups, is I'm doing the same concept where I'm just doing a heavy single weighted pull-up once a week. But my main goal is weighted chin-ups for that. So obviously, you guys who've been watching my channel, I mean, you guys know my goal is to hit a 200-pound overhead press. So what I'm kind of doing with all my other stuff is I'm still going to do some bag work and some shadow boxing just to keep up this stuff a little bit, but I'm not really training hard or pushing myself because I know that'll add more fatigue. And I don't want to have over-analysis paralysis, but right now I got to focus on my goals, but still keep up some of this other stuff because I still do want to work on improving my martial arts and my fighting. Just to give you a bit of my background, I've never done any like grappling. I've technically been to a jiu-jitsu gym, but I was just like only signed up for the kickboxing side of that. And then I've been in some other MMA Muay Thai gyms and kickboxing gyms. And then right now the only organized thing I'm doing is some karate classes. And then when I was younger I did taekwondo, but I did it for like a year and I don't remember anything. I might start trying to learn a grappling martial art later, but right now I've only done striking, which obviously I know is you need to do both, but it's not really a main priority right now because overhead press is still the main priority. It's good to have goals. That's why I started this series, so I could guarantee hit this goal, because I have no choice but to put in the work and then document my journey. And I also want to inspire you guys to push through and hit your goals as well. But when you're focusing on your goals, you should prioritize, but you don't have to eliminate the other parts of your life completely. Like life, I feel like you should have seasons of stuff like there are in sports where you're focused on one goal, but that doesn't mean you completely neglect everything else. And then some goals can be more long-term, so you can just work on them gradually. Like lifting is a great example of this with progressive overload. Thank you guys for watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.